Hello Chain Gang, welcome back to the Four Chains Travel and the unique bucket list location of Polignano a Mare. It is clearly beautiful. That argument does not exist. The question is, what does this beautiful seaside town have to offer other than the incredible views? We are going to investigate that, and we're going to start the investigation with the free parking options. First order of business is free parking. We will take a screenshot. That's us. But all these spaces over here, Polignano a Mare is supposed to have several free parking places, which is rare in Puglia. So hopefully what you're looking at right now is a screenshot of the pin attempt. All right. Although I was very impressed with the parking spot, Leia is not. She does not like... Oh, she made it. Of course, all our subscribers were... 10% of them was wishing you weren't going to make it, but still, I'm glad you did. One of the big tourist sites right by where we park is that right there. That is Fred Flintstone's original house. Oh, I'm being told it's not. If you are not renting a car, you can take the train to Polignano. It's about a 10-minute walk from the train station, and by train, I would say it's 50 minutes from Brindisi and 40 minutes from Bari. Finally, Polignano a Mare. Tired of all that modern stuff. With these nice preserved ancient buildings. Oh, hold on a second. What the... Oh, geez. All right. I might have jumped on that too soon. This is better. Now we're getting into the real Polignano a Mare. Although there still is the tourist things. We got the dancing clown, molto bello. It is a Saturday, so yeah, I know people complain Polignano a Mare is touristy, and maybe this, obviously it is, but on a Saturday you really have to expect that, particularly this time of season when the weather's just starting to warm up. And this is the first square come to. It's crowded, there's tourist stuff, but it's still very beautiful. I always like the campanelli, the bell towers. I know you guys like 5-star restaurants. This is actually 6 stars. Oh my goodness. And it is right off that very dip, and this is where I guess all the diplomats go to eat. Okay, so as always, don't eat. It's a tourist place. Go a couple blocks off. This is good time for takeaway food, or you can drink it here. Like many Puglia stores, it specializes in octopus. And you can see there, they got the octopus, fried octopus and fried calamari appetizer. Definitely down with that. And to drink, they have lots of specialty beers, but Leia has assured us Mi Casa es Tu Casa is the best place to go for mojito. La Casa del Mojito. Since the place Leia wanted to eat and the place Leia wanted to drink were right across the street from each other, we figured this was an easy combo time saver. We did get it, and they also have sandwiches, panini, same stuff. Ooh! Oh, molto bene. We're getting the grande, and we're getting a da portavia, which is to go. And we'll let you guys know. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Grazie ragazzi, vi auguro una buona permanenza solidale, buona scaldata.
We were watching the mojitos being made that Angela ordered. They do have a regular bar menu.
Non fare discorso.
Mi ha portato donatura.
The thyme, the basil, and the mint.
While we were watching these delicious drinks being prepared, we got the opportunity to watch Seth Rogen have an animated conversation with his lovely lady. Grazie mille, and they bring it out to you. Mille grazie, grazie mille. All right, Angie's got the drinks here.
Cocoa, a ginger, a Roger.
Sweet.
Cocoa.
We're headed towards the sea here. My review of both of the food and the drink is that is the same. They're both delicious, and in both cases, the amount was not worth the money that you pay. The drinks were 90% ice, and there was salad underneath the calamari and the octopus. Everywhere in Italy, you'll hear volare, but only in Polignano do you see this famous statue of Domenico Modugno, the famous writer and singer of the song. So what we have here, if you can rent a kayak, these underground caves, pretty cool. See, there's some more over there. That is really, really nice. Holy moly. There are two main breathtaking viewing areas in Polignano a Mare. You won't have any trouble finding them. Just walk towards the ocean and you will see crowds gathered. You know, this is the first one, and supposedly our task on this video is to discover whether there is more than just this views. But while you soak in the views, you do tend to think to yourself, maybe the views are all this area needs, so I'm going to let you sit back and enjoy it for a minute or so. Rock and roll dogs of the vlog. Here is the second viewing point you might be familiar with. This is probably the most recognizable beach in all of Italy. This is the view very near the restaurant a lot of YouTubers like to go to, but that looked like it was going to be about $300 a person, so we passed. But the water, the beach, I thought before we filmed this that a lot of those photos were altered, but when you get there, you realize that it is not. And one of the things people like to do is attach their padlocks here. Another thing I want to point out, because it's a full disclosure issue, is that the forecast that day was calling for very high winds and it was calling for some rain. You can see and hear from the video that we did get the wind, but not the rain. And I'm telling you this because it brought the crowds down quite a bit. I can assure you the other time we saw the beach, it was absolutely packed with people, so keep that in mind. As you exit this area, you come to Jim Morrison's favorite quote, "Life is like a mirror that smiles at you if you look at it smiling." Angie and I went to GW in Alexandria, Virginia, and that is also where Jim Morrison went, so that was kind of fun for us to see. You can look for other quotes throughout the corridors. As you know, Angie and I always recommend getting lost in the streets of any Italian town, looking for dogs of the vlog and whatnot. I must say Polignano's streets are nice, but this is a rare situation where I didn't find them crowded. So once you've witnessed the two iconic views, you then have to make the decision as to whether to walk down and actually spend some time on the beach. If you are doing social media and you want to take a picture down at the beach, you head over there and down this. It's a bit of a walk, but it's kind of worth it. Come across here, and then you go down the stairs there, and that leads to the beach. I mean, yeah, I think it is worth it, so I'm going to go ahead and walk down there. That is the Ponte Lama Monachile Bridge, and it was built in the late 17th and early 18th century. The only reason we decided to go down here is because the weather was not as good as it normally would be, and therefore the beach was not packed. I want to assure you that during the peak times when the weather is good, if you want a spot on this beach, you're going to have to come really, really early in the morning, which is why I didn't mind the weather at this point. I always enjoy walking over cobblestone streets, and in this case, you get to a great view, and it had a few surprises. Wow. Yeah, it's touristy, but it's touristy for a reason. Watch your ankles there, Angela. I guess you could consider this the third great view from Polignano a Mare. It is very, very cold water, which is going to make a clip that comes later very interesting. But just listening to the sound of the waves against the rocks was very soothing, so I'm going to step back and let you enjoy that for a minute. When it is low tide, you can walk through there, and that's outstanding. But if you saw our London, England video, if it made the cut, we got caught in high tide and had to be rescued. So we're not taking any chances today. Our other surprise next to the caves was this guy. He just basically decided he wanted to go in, so he stripped down to his underwear and got in that freezing cold water. I won't show you the exit. Polignano does have the proverbial merry-go-round that you see in every Italian city for some reason. It does not compete with other cities when it comes to churches. This is their most famous, the Santa Maria de Assumption. And if you go inside, it would look okay, I suppose, for a church in most countries, but not Italy. It's very, very pretty, as you can see the baptism here, but not pretty on the level of some churches that are in towns that are even smaller than Polignano a Mare. Although the most common complaints about Polignano a Mare are the expensive restaurants, Pescaria that you see here is reasonably priced, and that is the most popular restaurant for locals. During peak times of the year and during peak lunch and dinner times, it is crowded, so that's why we went in the early afternoon when we did, and we decided to see what all the fuss was about. They make their own beers and they make their own seafood fresh. They're known for a lot of things, so we decided to get a sampling and enjoy the atmosphere with a lot of locals. La Pescaria makes their own beer, so Leia and I got Bionda. Angie got a La Salina, which is made with seawater, so it's going to be salty, like a salty caramel. So mine's not here yet, because they bring them individually, which is fine. Leia got the octopus sandwich. If you saw one of our earlier videos, we had the cold version of this in Loco Rotunda. And then Rotundo, and then Angie had
Cod and chips.
patate fritte, potato chips, and fried cod, which is what she wanted. That's nice. And now I have mine, cacio e pepe cozze.
I was wondering about that.
Cacio e pepe pasta, cozze is mussel plus. Woo! We were advised to wait until sunset to leave Polignano a Mare because of the views, and boy, it did not disappoint. But did it disappoint the question, is Polignano a Mare more than just its spectacular views? Well, I decided to cheat because criticizing Polignano a Mare for the stuff it has other than views is sort of like criticizing Michael Jordan for his baseball skills. Listen, Jordan's really good at basketball, so maybe we shouldn't worry about it. Just worrying about hitting the like and the subscribe, and we'll see you next week on the Four Chains Travel.